Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to play a bit more with watercolor and do some more fun background pages to play with, and we are going to build them up later on with other mediums and stamps, but we are going to do some basic watercolor today just to have something to work with. And I have actually done a palette you don't often see at my place. With it's yellow and it's red, but we'll see. This is just cheap watercolor paint from dollar store, most of it. I have some brown and blacks that it's Daniel Smith, but this is just some colors that I got from a friend. She was going to throw it away, and I said I can at least use it maybe for playing with. So nothing fancy, nothing expensive, and just some colors to play with. And the reason I'm doing all these colors suddenly is a free course I'm going to take with a lady called Francisca Nunes, and she is in Portugal in Europe. And last year in July she had a free course for making a flower journal, and she's that kind of lady that plays with color and is much into nature and using nature materials and press flowers, pressing leaves to make prints, kind of like I did yesterday. So this was the journal I did last year, and she also will have a paid course that is later this summer, and that's a new one for each year. But the free course is preparing sessions for what you are going to need when you do the paid course later on. But I did this with the free kind of course, and I will link that down below so you can go and check it out. I was a little afraid when I did this last year, so I did it my way, and you know how that can end up. So a lot of browns and neutrals. I actually took some eco-dyed paper with blueberry at least, and added some little rose, but then it's a bit of brown and white, and this is a watercolor painting I did, so it actually has a little bit of color at least. And then it's not so much color and not so fun. So I thought this year I could do it a bit different and actually add pages that are filled with the summer feeling, and not just these neutral colors that I mostly go with. So I haven't done anything in this journal. I had just collected it and waited for the right moment to use it. I will sometime, but as you can see, it's a bit, should we call it boring? If at least if we are compare with Francisca's colorful flower journal. And I actually thought it was fun to do these colorful pages yesterday, so let's continue and do some more and see if we can have some fun. And this is not any masterpieces you are going to do. We are not going to do any paintings. We are just going to play with color. I have taken ordinary copy paper, but I have put some gesso on them, and that's nothing you need to do. It's just that I like the feeling when the gesso is on the paper. It gets a bit like rubber and a little bit stronger. So even if we are going to tear it and rip it and use it as collage pages later on, I did put on some gesso on them, but you can do it without it. So no problem at all if you don't have any gesso, just go play anyway. So just some colors and some shapes, some mark making is what I'm going for today. I'm going to start with a watercolor pen, just because I want to have some shapes to go with. As I'm not used to do this, I often is this controlled person that is doing a landscape or a flower that is thought to be more like the real flower than fantasy. So this is a bit difficult for me too, to loosen up and actually kind of play with something on a paper. So I'm going for using my non-dominant hand, and I'm just doing some leaf shapes. Just because it's fun. This is of course optional. You can do circles, you can do just scribble around like this. So you don't need to do anything that is shaped. This is watercolor, so it will follow the flow and probably disappear. But we don't know yet what's going to happen. A Stabilo pen in brown color, and this is very strong when you put the watercolor on it. So we will see what happens. Now I'm just playing and have fun. And it's actually a bit scary. Here you can see I didn't have any gesso on the edge. Then you get this stripe. But I see that as a little extra mark, so you can see that just as a fun add to the page. You can make part of it if you don't want it to kind of blend together so much. I like that, so I'm adding a bit more water. If I'm going to go outside my comfort zone, I can do it big. Oh my. I'm pretty sure that this will end up totally crazy. And that's totally okay. Tonight we are just going to have so fun with all these colors that we don't used to do. This is a great way to check out your watercolors. Come on, Deb, hear me. Take out your watercolors now and start painting. And all you others that have watercolor sets that you don't use. You was on the way to use them last year, but you didn't do it. Now it's time to do it. Take them out and play. I can feel that it took a while to be able to do this, loosen up, but now it's fun. Now I can relax and don't think so much. And with the next layer and then a layer on top of that, I think that this can actually be a fun collage paper. And you can also, if you want, add some coffee and paint with that. That way you get a bit of this vintage look right away. If that's something you like. A little bit of problem with that yellow, maybe not the yellow but the orange. So I think we need to go in with a bit stronger of the green. It's no problem when I have gesso on the page to go back and put in some more. The paper will manage that without problems. Layer it a bit. To get more texture and more color. It's so funny to hear myself say more color, more color. It's not me. I don't know who's in my room at the moment. It must be some other girl or lady or old lady. Oh my. Kind of struggling here with I like the colors and I like that it looks like this, but it feels like it's not me. But I hope I will be the same in the morning. Maybe I will wake up tonight and don't know who this is. Okay, I think we will stop there with this one. Leave it to dry and see what this will be when it has been dried for a while. So let's start with another one right away. Dry. they dry quickly, but okay, let's start over again. Okay, we have a start. Blending a few different greens so we can get some different colors. Don't ask me what this is. I don't know. I'm just making something. giving it some freedom to move. I don't think so much. I just take colors that I see on my palette that is something I like, and blend a bit wild, putting down my brush and just taking up some colors. Still background pages, don't need to be worried about what's going to happen later on. You don't have to cover everything. You can leave some white. That's also just up to you. I just keep going. Bit of this black greenish. Okay, let's leave that also to dry and go for the last one. Okay, thinking what we should do. I think I go to the graphite. I think maybe some leaves. Just some flower stems. Let's start like that and see what we can get. Don't overdo it. Paint quickly and don't think so much. This This is often my problem when I'm out sketching too. I'm taking too much time and overdoing it. And we don't need that. I love the loose sketches that you kind of need to guess what. But I always thinking that I'm painting for myself and my brain will remember what I see when I paint. So I don't need to paint for someone else to recognize the site where I am or the place I go to. It's my thing. Water spritzing on that. Going in with some, my thought was some white gouache, but I contaminated it, so try again. Oh, I got white gouache all over me and the room. Oops. Okay, we are going to leave this to dry, and I will be back with a part 2 where we are going to work on these ones and also on the ones we did yesterday, so you can see what I mean by layering and put things on top of these paintings. So I hope you got inspired and will go and play with your colors. See you soon again. Until next time, bye bye from Sweden.